Hey boys, long time no see, sorry about that. When I was doing my practice, I started having to deal with like some pretty deep-seated past trauma, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to deal with it. So, and when I stopped doing my practice, I don't really feel like recording, so I don't. But sorry about that. Anyway, so we're trying to buy a house right now, and it is like the most stressful thing in the world. And nobody said that it was going to be easy, and they all said it was going to be a huge pain, but we didn't. And you don't know that when the first time you're doing something, how much of a pain it's going to be. It is a huge pain. But anyway, I'm already started like packing stuff up. And in my packing stuff up, I found this book, The Greatest Secret in the World. It must be your dad's book because it is not mine, but it is about like there are these scrolls, and you read the scroll every day for 30 days. I don't know how many scrolls there are. I'm on scroll 1. I'm about halfway through. I've been doing it for about 15 days. So, but in doing so, it has got me to start meditating again in the morning at least, and doing some breathing and stuff, which has been beneficial for me because this buying a house thing is ridiculously stressful. It is an emotional roller coaster. I have video of me like that. We put the offer in the first house. It had a beautiful pool, and I was absolutely in love with this house. It had built-ins. Anyway, when we did the inspection, it was like there were mold in the walls, and like already I knew everything needed to be repainted and new carpet and all that stuff. We were willing to take that on, but then when we went into the walls, and it was just like not a well-maintained home. We can't afford that. We can't afford to take on that kind of project. So we had to back out of the deal. And right now, the housing market is absolutely insane. Where we are, like houses, man, they last like days. Days, literally. If you look at the past sales for the 6 months, past 6 months, 3 days is a common. 3 to 7 days is like a common thing since like February of this year. December of last year and January of this year, still the homes were on the market for like 31, 45 days, but not right now. So anyway, we we saw another house, and it was like, of course we're looking for like well maintained, right? So this house did not need to be painted. The carpet was old, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? So we were like, okay, it's move-in ready, right? We don't have to like do anything. We want to clean the carpet, but like no big deal. And then we do the inspection, and it's like got major plumbing problems and needs a new roof. So it's like, dude. So we had to back out of that deal as well, and like each time you make an offer on a house, it's like $1,000. And I did not know that. It's like $250 to the homeowner for wasting their time, basically. And then it's like $700 for the survey. So, like on the second house, I was really making a lot of concessions because I was like, okay, it's a well-maintained house. Like, it's move-in ready. It's in our price range. Because I was beginning to think that we couldn't afford to live in this neighborhood, and maybe we can't. Like, I don't know. But we have decided that we will continue to look in this area, and but I'm not willing to put an offer on a house I don't love again. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to at least, like, I got a new purse. Let me get the purse. Coach purse, no big deal, you know. I love it. Like every day I look at it and I'm like, I love that purse. Yesterday I put 2 bottles of waters in here and some snacks, and still like the distribution of weight, it didn't feel too heavy, and I just love it. So with each passing day, I found more and more in love with my purse, and I want a house like that. I want to like get excited when I'm pulling in the driveway, you know what I mean? Like, and not just because of where I am, but because of the house. So anyway, we're just gonna wait until we find the perfect one. I have asked my spirit guides to find the perfect house for us. So I know it will happen. It's super stressful in the meantime. But you guys are out for summer, and I'm not making you do anything because we've been doing all this house stuff, so that's gonna change. I love y'all so much, and hopefully we'll be homeowners soon. I love you, bye. Hey, I totally forgot to tell you. I forgot to take my glasses off. I totally forgot to tell you that when we put the bid on the first house, it had a gorgeous pool. It was the backyard. I loved it. Oh my God, I love that backyard. Anyway, when I was young, my dad spoiled me because he felt guilty about not being there all the time. And the only thing that he ever said no to me about was putting a pool in the backyard. And so my mom would always say that. That's the only thing Joe ever said no to Tina about. So like when we put the, I have video of when we put the offer in for Laverton. And like I didn't realize, I had no idea about home buyership, you know, so anyway, I thought to myself, he finally got me my pool, right? Because he's giving us a gift to like, so we're using that as a down payment, and it like led me to the idea and belief that, you know, my dad staying away during my youth was like honestly the most loving thing he could have done because of how crazy his wife and my mother are. So it was like, I was like crying in the shower. They say water is really purifying or something healing. But it's still, it was like hard to let go of the idea that he didn't love me and that he didn't want to spend time with me. And like, when I was young like that, oh my gosh, it like ruined my life. It was like obviously the worst thing that ever happened to me, but like it consumed me, and it was like not true. So yeah, that happened. Feels good to like get past that and you know, break past negative belief systems. But man, still hard. Physically, like, it's weird. But anyway, I forgot to tell you that, and I wanted to include that in this video. I love you so much. Bye. So, we put an offer in on a house, and we're going to find out if we are going to get accepted in roughly an hour and a half. It's like super emotional. I think he's going to say yes. Like it. I don't know, change our family. Is that like super sad that like homeownership is like that mentally life-changing or something in our society? Like, I don't know. But for me it is.